All right, welcome back to Swiss Cheese Trails. We're hiking the Swiss Alpine Panorama Trail. We are just starting section 26. All right, so section 26 is a 20-kilometer. It's supposed to take a little over 5 hours, and it is from where I am, Morges, to Aubonne. I think I'm pronouncing that okay. Thanks for tuning in. Ahead of us is like the big botanical garden park, and hopefully I'll tune in there. Boy, did I time this right. All the tulips are in bloom, and apparently this is a thing here. So it is the week after Easter and everything is happening. It's middle of April. Great time to be here. Botanic Gardens. Look at how beautiful these colors are. Wow. You know, it's the thing about these hikes. Going at different times, different locations throughout the country, you just don't know what you're going to run into. What a great surprise. What a great way to start off section 26. Wow. Vibrant all those colors are. Welcome back. All right, like Lake Geneva in Wisconsin. Look, a Roomba lawnmower. Happens in Lake Geneva, Switzerland too. That's a big inside joke for those of you who watch Hike 360 VR for my hikes in the United States with my son Ryan, and Lake Geneva of Wisconsin, which we love that hike. And actually pretty similar to the lake portion of this hike. And I can't film campgrounds, but you can see the reason I'm doing this because we're really up close. There's like no space. Like, I don't know how you would ever tent camp in here. It's definitely car camping, and it's loud. Everybody's on top of each other. And that's camping in Switzerland, just a different thing. All right, so that's Morges and the start of section 26. All right, thanks for tuning in. So this is a whole farm thing, and it's pretty cool. I mean, not only are they growing stuff and showing it off, but with pizzazz. And this is the bee area, and you can see a ton of bees. I can see a ton of bees. If you've got a high res, if you downloaded the high res version of this, you may be able to see a bunch of bees too. A lot of bee hives. But don't forget to download that high res version. So we're walking along the river still. This is a Thursday at like 1 o'clock, and there's a lot of people here. I do a lot of hiking, and one of the things that I really enjoy is learning the topology and just literally feet on the ground. I mean, that's why I'm doing this, feet on the ground, so I can learn the culture. And so this part of the trail just feels like the Midwest of the United States. Trees might be a little taller, but the ground cover, the shrubs, the floor of the forest is extremely similar to the Midwest. And the soil is like, that's what I'm feeling under my feet, this type of soil. So you might think I'm making it up, and most likely I am. No, I'm kidding. I do have a lot of experience walking a lot of distances in both areas, and I do it, you know, all the time. So it's just interesting when similarities occur, and I really enjoy that. We're almost at the end of the Swiss Alpine Panorama Trail. Couple more days of trailing and we'll be done. Stay with me, and then I'll pick up another trail and we'll get done another portion of Switzerland. Sneak preview. All right, talk to you later. Hey, welcome back. We've come off the river. We've entered the town of Saint-Prex, and we're gonna do a little road hiking for a while, but I turned on because this field of yellow was one of the most popular videos, and that was segment 1, which was a year ago. And so I guess everybody likes to see bright yellow. I'm in Saint-Prex. Behind me are 3 or 4 warehouses like this. These are all beer bottles, brown beer bottles stacked forever and a day. This is a glass manufacturer. How cool is that? I get excited about little things. So that's a lot of inventory they got in there. And we are at the train station, as you will soon see. That's pretty fun. All right, we got a nice view of Saint-Prex right here. I don't know which church this is or how old it is. 1663, I guess I now know that. 1663. Oh, that is a beautiful town. Nope, we don't, but I'm gonna walk through here anyway. Wow. Beautiful flowers everywhere. Oh, cool. Wow. All right. What do we have there? A fromagiere. A cheesemonger right at the beginning of town. Oh, I gotta pull myself away. Have I mentioned how beautiful Lake Geneva is? The town. Still Saint-Prex. Why did you turn it on here, Scott? Well, I'm glad I asked myself that. Because it's just, you know, beautiful. We're about to come off the lake. I'm not exactly sure when. And although in sequence, I'm supposed to be right back here tomorrow, in reality, I won't be back here for a couple of weeks. And it is a beautiful spring day. So I thought one last shot of Lake Geneva. When I come back, we'll see how much the foliage has changed. Will trees have more leaves? And certainly the flowers will be different. And we'll see if we get, you know, different weather here. A lot of houses have the boat ramps and the rails. It's great to see. Look at how clear this water is. I hope you can see that. There's no seaweed or anything. You just go out. I'm sure there are parts that have seaweed, but this doesn't. Well, I had to get one more in of these yellow. So they smell amazing. I liken it to the smell of cheese when it's still being processed, because I tend to relate everything to food. But this is a gorgeous field. And then we got Lake Geneva behind it. I mean, this is a bit of a postcard here. Good morning and welcome to a brand new day, section 26 of the Swiss Alpine Panorama Trail. It's a week later from my last broadcast outside of Étoile. And I've learned a little bit about how badly I'm pronouncing some of these names, so forgive me. Étoile is where I left off and started again this morning. Section 26 is from Morges, which I believe I was calling something different, but the town of Morges to Aubonne, and we're gonna stick with that. This is definitely the French part of the country. So, you know, 2.5, 3 hour train ride in from Zurich, where I'm speaking English, everyone else is speaking German, and we switch and flip it all to French. And that's kind of an exciting part of this, is you kind of have to be on your toes. Another beautiful home, ping pong table out front. All right, so we have a river segment here, and we're gonna cross the river, head on back down toward the lake, and then we're gonna come right back up, take a look at the chateau, and then it's just, you know, putting in the steps to get to the end. So this would be, you know, water wheel water taken away from the river for power purposes, personal power. Made it to the lake. Here we are on Lake Geneva. I like the diving board. This is a really cute little harbor here, and you know, they got rock beach over there where a bunch of people are already picnicking. We are, believe it or not, we still have over 70 kilometers to get to Lake Geneva, which is straight down that way. And France is straight across the water. I have a nice or an interesting write-up on Avion water. Avion is right across the lake from Lausanne, or Morges, where we started, and that is the town of Avion. And apparently Avion water is the largest food producer in France. But this is the water. This is where it comes from, all the minerality of the water coming off the mountains there, heading into Lake Geneva. That's bottled up and sold as Avion. And you know, we spent the last couple of days, and we're going to spend the next couple of days going through the vineyards on the Swiss side. And it's just interesting that because the Swiss have the sunlight, they can grow fancy water. What I mean by that is they can grow grapes, right? Grapes pretty much 98%, 99% water. And instead of bottling the water that comes off of the mountains with all the minerals directly like Avion does, they're in the shade. The Swiss get to put a couple of fancy steps involved in the bottling of their water, make it change colors, and put a little alcohol content in there, and you got wine. You know, bottling water and bottling wine are basically the same thing. It's just a longer process, a little bit more expensive. So, you know, both countries, both sides of the lake utilize the water that is rich with minerals from this area. And it's just, I found it really fascinating that for all the vineyards we're walking through, like, you know, that's kind of summed up in this giant water company known as Avion for that side of the lake. Let's see if I can get some of the beautiful trees, cemetery, and the vineyards. This is the town of Allaman, and the Chateau Allaman is, you know, somewhere right behind here, in front here. Great classic town. Oh, with the view. Well, you can see how far we've come off of Lake Geneva. And you can see that it's 1:45. All right, I'm leaving the town of Allaman, and you know, if you like this, there are 2 train lines that come here from Lausanne, and I assume one from Geneva. So make reservations and come here. All right, we're gonna wrap up segment 26, Morges to Aubonne. We are outside of the town of Aubonne. So section 26 was about 5 hours, 20, let's see, how many did I say? 10, 23K, 22K, I think about 22K. Yeah, I'm trying to add it between the 2 days. It's not just looking down at my watch. Plus my watch is in miles. So, you know, 13 miles. So I took some detours. I got lost a few times. Went down to the lake. Right. That's my reference back to the United States. Don't forget to tune into Hike 360 VR for my US channel. For the Swiss channel, Swiss Cheese Trails, signing out. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe.